Life can feel overwhelming, like you're carrying an invisible weight that keeps you from moving forward. We all have burdens that we hold on to, sometimes without even realizing it. These burdens can shape our thoughts, limit our potential, and prevent us from living our best lives. But what if I told you that by letting go of just 7 specific burdens, you could change your life in ways you never imagined? In this story, we're going to uncover the burdens that might be holding you back and show you how to release them for good. By the end, you'll feel lighter, more empowered, and ready to take on the world with a renewed sense of purpose. Burden 1, the need for perfection. Perfectionism is often seen as a positive trait, a drive to achieve excellence in everything you do. But in reality, the pursuit of perfection can be a heavy burden. It creates a constant pressure to meet impossibly high standards, leading to stress, anxiety, and a fear of failure. Imagine a young artist spending hours on a single painting, obsessing over every tiny detail. No matter how much praise they receive, they can only see the flaws, the imperfections. The joy of creation is lost in the relentless pursuit of a flawless masterpiece. Perfectionism blinds them to the beauty of their work, to the progress they've made. The truth is, perfection is an illusion. No matter how hard you try, you will never achieve it because it doesn't exist. The key is to embrace progress over perfection. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Understand that mistakes are part of the journey and that they often lead to the most valuable lessons. Throw off the burden of perfectionism, and you'll find that life becomes more fulfilling and far less stressful. Instead of striving for an unattainable ideal, focus on doing your best and learning from the experience. Burden 2, fear of failure. Failure is something that most of us dread. It's seen as a reflection of our inadequacies, a sign that we're not good enough. But what if we looked at failure differently? What if, instead of fearing it, we embraced it as a necessary part of the learning process? Consider the story of an inventor, tirelessly working on a new device. They encounter failure after failure, each attempt falling short of their vision. But instead of giving up, they see each failure as a step closer to success. Every setback teaches them something new, something crucial to achieving their goal. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. It's through failure that we learn, grow, and ultimately succeed. If you let the fear of failure control you, you'll never take the risks necessary to achieve great things. You'll stay in your comfort zone, playing it safe, and missing out on opportunities to learn and grow. Throw off the burden of fear, and you'll find the courage to take risks, to try new things, and to push yourself beyond your limits. You'll discover that failure isn't something to be feared, but something to be embraced. Burden 3, holding grudges. We've all been hurt by others at some point in our lives. Whether it's a betrayal, a harsh word, or a broken promise, these wounds can run deep. And while it's natural to feel anger and resentment, holding on to these feelings can become a heavy burden. Imagine someone walking through life with a backpack full of rocks. Each rock represents a grudge, a past hurt that they refuse to let go of. Over time, the weight of the backpack becomes unbearable, slowing them down, making every step painful. Holding grudges is like carrying around emotional baggage that weighs you down and keeps you from moving forward. It consumes your energy, your time, and your peace of mind. The longer you hold on to it, the heavier it becomes. The only way to lighten your load is to let go. Forgiveness is not about condoning what was done to you. It's about freeing yourself from the grip of anger and resentment. It's about choosing peace over bitterness, freedom over bondage. Throw off the burden of grudges, and you'll find that you have more energy, more peace, and more space for the things that truly matter in life. Burden 4, comparing yourself to others. In today's world, it's easier than ever to compare yourself to others. Social media is filled with images of people living seemingly perfect lives, traveling the world, achieving their goals, looking flawless. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparison, to feel like you're not good enough because you don't measure up to the highlight reels of others. But what you see on social media is just that, a highlight reel. It's not the full story. Everyone has struggles, insecurities, and challenges, but those don't often make it to the feed. Consider a marathon runner who is constantly looking over their shoulder, checking to see how close the other runners are. Instead of focusing on their own race, they're consumed by the progress of others. As a result, they lose focus, stumble, and fall behind. Comparison is the thief of joy. It distracts you from your own journey and makes you feel inadequate, even when you're doing just fine. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is who you were yesterday. Throw off the burden of comparison, and you'll find more contentment in your life. Focus on your own path, your own progress, and your own growth. Burden 5. Unhealthy relationships. Relationships are one of the most important aspects of our lives. They can provide support, love, and joy, but not all relationships are healthy. Some can drain your energy, cause stress, and bring negativity into your life. Imagine a gardener tending to their garden. They carefully water and nourish the plants that thrive. But there are also weeds growing, plants that take up space and nutrients, but don't bear fruit. If the gardener doesn't remove the weeds, they will eventually choke out the healthy plants. Unhealthy relationships are like those weeds. They take up space in your life, but don't contribute to your well-being. They drain your energy, your time, and your happiness. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is to let go of these relationships. It's not easy to walk away from people, especially if you've known them for a long time. But if a relationship is causing you more harm than good, it's time to reevaluate its place in your life. Throw off the burden of unhealthy relationships, and you'll find that you have more energy, more positivity, and more space for relationships that truly nurture you. Burden 6. Dwelling on the past. The past is a powerful force. It shapes who we are, our memories, and our experiences. But when we dwell on the past, especially on our mistakes and regrets, it can become a burden that holds us back. Imagine someone walking forward while constantly looking back over their shoulder. They stumble, trip, and fall because they're not paying attention to what's in front of them. The past has become a chain, keeping them from moving forward. Dwelling on the past prevents you from living in the present and building a better future. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of regret, reliving mistakes and missed opportunities. The past cannot be changed, but the future is yours to create. Learn from the past, but don't let it control your life. Focus on what you can do today to create the future you want. Throw off the burden of dwelling on the past, and you'll find more freedom to live in the present and build a brighter future. Burden 7. The pressure to please everyone. We all want to be liked, to be accepted, to make others happy. But when the desire to please everyone becomes a driving force in your life, it can become a heavy burden. Consider someone trying to juggle too many balls at once. They're trying to keep everyone happy, meet everyone's expectations, and avoid disappointing anyone. But the more balls they try to juggle, the more likely they are to drop them. People-pleasing is exhausting. It takes a toll on your mental and emotional well-being, leading to stress, anxiety, and burnout. It also keeps you from living authentically, from making decisions based on your own values and desires. The truth is, you can't please everyone, and that's okay. Not everyone will like you, agree with you, or approve of your choices, and that's okay too. What matters is that you're true to yourself and living in a way that aligns with your values. Throw off the burden of people-pleasing, and you'll find more freedom to be yourself. Make decisions that are right for you, and live a life that brings you joy and fulfillment. These 7 burdens: perfectionism, fear of failure, holding grudges, comparing yourself to others, unhealthy relationships, dwelling on the past, and the pressure to please everyone, are all too common. They weigh us down, keep us stuck, and prevent us from living our best lives. But the good news is you can throw them off. By letting go of these burdens, you'll find more freedom, more joy, and more peace. You'll be able to focus on what truly matters, live more authentically, and create the life you've always wanted. So start today. Take the first step toward a lighter, more fulfilling life by throwing off these burdens. You deserve